All right, man. My bad.
All good.
All right, yeah. So as I was saying, before we got cut off, as I was saying, like it ain't really no hope for that situation for Damian Lillard just because, um, as you can see, this gonna be a buyout situation. You can't trade nothing for him. You can't do nothing. So they gonna have to sit there and figure out what they gonna do with him. Giannis ain't gonna sit there and if you can't add nothing to it, you got to break it down. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Kuzma, as you can see, he wasn't good enough. So I just feel like it's over with for the Bucks, man. They had a good run with Giannis, and now it's time to go ahead and move on. You know? Yeah, you can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like they had a good run, and now it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? It's time to just switch it up and move on. You know what I mean?
So I agree.
So,
I agree.
um, okay, so the next topic we got is the Grizzlies. After being swept, who do you think is going to be the toughest competition for the Oklahoma City Thunder in the Western Conference? Like who gonna be the toughest team for them? Because as you can see, man, they going if you know what I'm saying. They probably going.
Well, it depends if they. I could see the Clippers being real tough on them. I could see the Clippers being real tough on them. Ty Lue is a great coach. He's always been good in the playoffs, especially with his sub packages and some of the defensive coverages he can drop into. Like I said, as long as Kawhi is playing in high and at a high level like he has been, he's playing. He's a two-way player and he plays at a high level, so he can get him a chance against anybody. You see, even though OKC got Dort, I think he'll get him. So the Clippers are, and James Harden is always crafty.
Yeah,
So that's one team. The second team I would say is the Warriors. Steph Curry can explode at any given moment, and Draymond Green is actually playing the best defense I've seen him play in a long time. He's always been a hack, but he's been able to control it, and with Jimmy Butler, them two together anchoring that defense, even though they're not big. I like what they've been doing with that young bull post. I don't know where they got him from, but he seems to be able to shoot the three and he can box out and rebound pretty good. So the Warriors, and then the third team would be the T Wolves. You know,
so you think
and
that?
and and man is on a mission, and anything's possible, as KG would say.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, man. I really don't see a team that is really gonna give them a tough run. Just because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Okay, so my biggest issue is that they got a full team, and so most of these teams in the West they don't got a whole team that can help. And they rely on one player a lot of the time. Like when SGA had some bad games at the beginning of the series, man, you had Chet Holmgren and you had other players coming through and helping them. And so I just feel like I would have picked the Timberwolves, but I feel like okay, so if the Timberwolves play against them and they leave Gobert in there, he's gonna get exploited. And so then I feel like if you put that Chet Holmgren against Juju, it's over with. It's over with. He ain't gonna be able to hold him. He's too small. And the only reason why they looking good right now, the Timberwolves they looking good, is because LA don't got no big. So it kind of camouflages the truth. So when they got a big, we gonna see who the realest competition comes from with the Timberwolves. But I agree with you as far as the only team that'll probably give them competition is probably gonna be somebody with size. In the words of like Stephen A. Smith and girth, you feel me? You gotta have no Diddy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have multiple people that you can get out there that can be real physical with all them players because you have to take SGA out of his game. If you don't take him out of his game, he's gonna just keep scoring. And I feel like the only way you can do with them suburban type players like that is you got to be physical. You know what I'm saying? Like when I call them suburban, I'm just saying like the suburban type of players to me, they got good mid range jumpers. They don't really like to get into a lot of contact. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I agree. I see the Timberwolves, man, and the Warriors ain't got no damn chance. The next series they go, they getting it's over with. And I think it is against the Thunder. So okay. So next question we got is following the Grizzlies being swept by the Thunder, which player do you think won't come back to the Grizzlies next year?
Man, uh, hmm. I don't know. I mean, I think they're gonna keep everybody, man. I don't think they're gonna get rid of too many people. I like Scottie Pippen Jr. actually bought out for him, so I think they're gonna re-sign him for sure. Desmond Bain, I think, is still relatively worthy of being still with the team. I didn't see him fall off or nothing. He played pretty much the whole season. Jared Jack or Jared Jackson, I mean, I don't know, man. I think if anyone would be the one that they could get rid of and get some pieces that possibly make the team better would be him.
Man,
Like
that's
I think they can send him to LA or something
mm-hmm.
like that for some picks.
Yeah, they gonna have to get like
Or maybe
Austin
connect.
Reed. They gonna have to get something like that. But I agree with you. It's crazy because that's who I was gonna say. I was gonna say Jackson is the only person I see that could probably not return because um, I think they need more. They can do. They can. You can find another player that's like him. He's not. He's like kind of like Josh Smith. You know what I'm saying? He like kind of like Josh Smith. Josh Smith is kind of replaceable. He's decent. He's good, and probably be an all star. But at the same time, like his stats ain't something that's just over the top. You know what I'm saying? He don't bring that extra dog that you need, and you need an extra dog, something that's could bring the team to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he got that. And clearly, Ja Moran, he's too um, immature right now. You know, so yeah. Um, okay, and then the Cavaliers, man, on the East, man, the Cavaliers, they up 3-0 against the Miami Heat. Do you think they got a real chance of making it to the championship? You think they could beat the Boston Celtics if they win a series with them?
Hell no.
No.
Never. I don't even I think they could possibly make it a series, but I don't think they can beat Boston. For one, Garland seems to be hurt right now. They saying it ain't too serious, but he's already hurt. Um, that's a small lineup as far as backcourt. And even though Donovan Mitchell has played, out of his mind, I just don't trust Cleveland in that type of. I just don't. I don't see it in their. I don't see it in their personnel or their coach that shows me that they could win it. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. It's a chance. They are the one seed, but at the same time, I just don't see it. I think Boston will get busy on them, and I think even the Knicks will take them to the brinks.
Hmm.
Shoot, even the Sixers. I mean, the Pacers. The Pacers don't sleep, man. The Pacers might mess around and do it again.
I don't know if the Pacers can do it, but they decent though.
Pacers.
Hey, you. That's the thing is it's the playoffs, so it's really about them role players. But damn, You right. I just sat back and thought about it. Like I was just gonna say, man, the Celtics, um, they'll give them a run. I think it'll probably go six. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll go six. I think the Celtics got too much. They went through it against LeBron and Steph Curry and them, so they played against them real ones. So if your team ain't stacked like that right now, it's gonna be tight. And don't get me wrong, um, I feel like the Cavs they good enough, but they ain't had enough experience yet. They still need Evan Mobley. Still need he got to get to like the Eastern Conference Finals once or something, and just see what it's like to lose, and then he'll be ready. And then uh, Donovan Mitchell, same thing with him. He ain't made it all the way there yet. He just needs to see what that next step is, and then possibility like maybe next year, add another little piece to that, and then they'll probably be decent. But yeah, I don't see them beating them. And then, like you said, the Knicks, man, they looking real good. I'm gonna be honest, they looking real good. So they'll give them a little run for the money too, because um, Evan Mobley might have some trouble guarding Carl Anthony Towns, and if it's physical, it could take away some of his points. You know.
I take that away, man. I take that away. I actually like Cleveland over the Knicks. And it's because of the one simple fact that Donovan Mitchell X's out Jalen Brunson in that matchup. So if you're exiting out each other, who's the next person that could really get off for New York? We got Towns. Well, Mobley is actually a defensive player of the year candidate. So I don't believe Towns is going to actually give you that 30 that you're going to need out of him because Mobley's going to put some D on him. And Ananobi has never been one to give you that dub every game, and neither has Bridges. And Lord knows the Hart is as streaky as they come. So with that being said, I feel like if Cleveland is healthy, Garland is in there and he's able to get busy, I think they got the better chance to beat the Knicks. But the Celtics, not at all. And shit, that's really it. I mean, I don't see. I mean, the Pacers could probably make it a series, but I don't see the Pacers beating Cleveland either.
Yeah, I don't see the Pacers beating them. And see, I think the biggest thing to me is see how you said all that. You said they can't Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson cancel each other out. That's how I look at Carl Anthony Towns and Mobley. So to me, it's up to the role players. It's like what other role player is going to be able to do something because somebody's going to exert energy from one of like those two players we named, those stars, they're going to exert energy from having to guard each other. So they're not going to probably be able to get as many numbers for as many games. So like I expect them to probably have three good games, but like that fourth game to win the series, that's when you need that extra bump. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, okay, so we're gonna go to the segment of the best segment of the time, you know what I'm saying? Bench or start, you know what I mean? Um, man, it's been some controversy going on. I guess you would say around the internet, on TV, sports TV, and on podcasting. You know what I'm saying? Shannon Sharp, bench or start. Shannon Sharp, after losing basically over 100 million from a deal and in all his endorsements for his podcast due to a sex scandal, you gonna bench or start Unc?
Are you saying he did do this? Did happen or it didn't happen? And we're just speaking hypothetical.
He lost over 100 million from a deal that was gonna happen with his podcast, and he lost all his endorsements on his podcast. This just happened.
Oh wow. Oh wow. So yeah, he's cooked.
So
I had to bench him, man. Unk didn't listen to the signs, man. Monique told him. Cat told him. Common sense should have told him. He's an old cat from the South. What happened with him was what happens with, unfortunately, a lot of black men that get some money. They don't understand that, especially from the older generation, they don't understand that a lot of this can be manipulated and loopholed And or he could really be guilty of some stuff. Either way, like I said, we live in the world of, even if you're not guilty, the the fact that you're even been put in that light and you were allowed yourself to be put in that light, it's over with. So he's cooked. I'm
Man,
benching.
man, I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. Unc got to get benched, man, because I only did this. So this is what I just found out. So I found out that Unc owns the Jeff Teague and them podcast. So that little Jeff Teague podcast, he owned that. He owned the Nightcap. He owned the Club Shay Shay, and then he owned one with Ocho Cinco's chick. So um, he lost the money that was gonna put on everybody. You know what I'm saying? He was gonna put everybody on, and so now what? You got to think, man. He probably was paying some of this money out of his pocket because, like, man, that podcast, that stuff they doing ain't covering all these people's lifestyles. Like that ain't covering nobody's lifestyles. If it was me and you getting them numbers, we might be good. But like them, they rich. You get what I'm saying? So them numbers ain't really doing it. So Unc probably was paying money out the pocket and then trying to wait to get this deal. You know what I'm saying? And to even be on ESPN and ABC and Fox, man, he just, to me, he's supposed to have moved better just in general, man. Stay off them little young things, man, to get you something, you know what I mean? Something like aged wine, something that's been sitting around and you know what I
They out
mean? And the juices is together. You feel me?
they out there for him, bro. They was ready for him. He just didn't want him. He wanted that. And
You,
that's what he got.
you feel
That's
me?
what he wanted. You can't tell me a man who's in his 50s, in shape, no homo, and can actually be on TV and has elevated his celebrityism, or if that's even a word,
Yeah,
higher standards. Well, he's a bigger star than he ever was as a football player now because he's on TV every day. You can see his face.
true. Yeah,
So he destroyed himself. That's why I'm just crushed because it's like, what are you thinking? Like you had every opportunity. I guarantee you had DMs from bad chocolate things in their 30s and in their 40s, and even some of them in their early to mid 20s. I mean late 20s. Like, dude, what are you doing? What
yeah.
are you doing? What
But
are you doing?
you gotta
But
real
hey,
you gotta realize it's a cutoff age when you making big boy money. Like to me, just period though. In real life, it's a cutoff age. You just you know what I'm saying. And then especially when you making some money, it's a cutoff age because
oh, you
you know what
can't
I'm
be
saying.
dealing.
Them little young things ain't just messing with you just to. You feel me? Just to do it. You know.
Bro, most of these young bulls that's in the league now, they ain't even really dealing with chicks their age. They're dealing with old heads.
Yeah. So I mean, but it's the
You
same
can see
thing.
it.
Oh,
They're like, oh, I'm not trying to get whoopty wooed and lose my career. At least his old head's gonna keep it funky.
true.
Bust my head with this child support, but I
Yeah.
ain't got to worry about nothing else.
Basically. So, yeah, man. We gonna go ahead to the next question. You know what I'm saying? Bench or start, man. Deion Sanders for being overly confident in his son's draft stock, possibly contributing to him falling to the fifth round at the 144th pick. Bench or start, pops, man.
Pops got to get benched, man. Sorry, Pops. I love you, Dion. You's a real nigga, man, and you's a great father. But this one, your cockiness and your arrogance rubbed off on your son in the worst possible way. The NFL is, first of all, it's a privilege, and he should know that. He always was so gifted athletically, and he had the cockiness to talk and brash and bold about it at the same time. And it was just a different era when he grew up or when he was in the league. Like, yeah, it was still frowned upon, but his talent, it was undeniable. He ran like a 4.2 or something crazy.
Yeah,
Like his talent, and he was a baseball star too. He was a two-way. Like he was talent was undeniable. It was like a Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Like is a 101. Like there was no denying that. So with that being said, you rubbed that same cockiness off on your son, which was a blessing in the aspect of you gave him, because he doesn't have nearly the God given ability that his daddy had, but
Yeah.
the cockiness that you gave him the confidence and the arrogance to do better than what he really is, probably. And I
Yeah.
think if we're really being honest and we're really being funky, that's really what happened. Like he
Yeah.
got pushed up in a lot of people's minds because of his daddy and the
Yeah.
arrogance and the cockiness and the talk and the bravado.
Yeah.
But if you really break down his tape and you really break down his game, he got picked where he was supposed to. I shouldn't say he got picked in the fifth round as he's supposed to, but he definitely should have been a later round pick because I just didn't see how his game really translates to the NFL. It was a lot of bubble screen, a lot of short, quick game because their offensive line was so whack. And that doesn't really give you, that's not what they do in the NFL. The game is a lot quicker. You can run, you might see one bubble screen a game, maybe two, depending on the team. If it's Miami, you might see a bunch of them, but everybody else don't because it's the game is so quick.
Yeah. Man.
So, but yeah,
Yeah, you speaking facts and just backdooring that what you saying as far as this game. Um, After a while, once you figure the scheme out to that, and you force him to have to use his arm, it's like you know what I'm saying. Then you got to worry about what you do because to me that's comparable to what you just explained. To me, that's comparable to like Teddy Bridgewater. You feel me?
he's gonna struggle in the NFL. And watch, we're gonna hear about it in camp. He's gonna struggle because until he it's going to take him a little while longer than what people are mostly going to expect because, like I said, the NFL is a lot quicker. The game, they're not going to be doing all of that quick passing play. That's not
Yeah,
the NFL. He's still going to, they're going to do some stuff to cater to his attributes because you have to. But I don't know. I didn't, I was more salty at the fact that they played him like that. They hyped him up so big and they shouldn't have hyped him up so high. They should have been real and funky with his evaluation and just been like it's because they started to do that towards the end, like the
yeah,
last 2 weeks before the draft. That's all I heard was like, I don't know. Like a lot of his offense is shaky. It's a lot of quick game and it's a lot of gimmick gadgets to get the ball quickly to his playmakers, and it ain't really a lot of reading the defense and stuff like that. And not to say he can't, because I'm sure he can, but we'll have to see, man. I pray the brother can continue on this trajectory. It seems like this might have humbled him, the humble pie he needed,
yeah. I
because
agree.
you know the one thing I do want to finish on is he's never had to really work for a starting job. Like his dad coached him when he was younger, playing pickup. I mean, younger football. He coached him in high school. He coached him in college.
True.
So he's never really had to truly. I've never seen where they're like he beat out this quarterback we had underneath, and what I mean. It's like it's always been him. So this is the first time that he's really gonna have to go into a camp and earn the job. So we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see what it is.
You know what? I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. I'm gonna have to bench Dion. You know what I'm saying? For one, like you said, being able to overhype it because he did the you know what I'm saying what all the dads done did after seeing the Ball family. You know what I'm saying? They believe in their kids, which I agree, man. You supposed to believe in your kids, and you want to make projections, but like, man, don't get too cocky to where you like we gonna pick and choose where you going. We gonna whoop de whoop. And so my thing is this: yeah, his stats show decent. It shows decent numbers, but the question always is going to be what you said is how well will he be able to be coached without being with his dad? And so to me, that's the biggest thing. Everything, nothing matters to me. But how well can he be coached by somebody other than his dad, and how well will he receive things, and will he um, stop worrying about the glitz and glamour of the game and really get down to the nitty gritty and get the love and the passion for the actual game. Because this is what I think: if you'd have gave him the money, he wouldn't have had nothing to work for. So if you'd have gave him that big, oh yeah, go ahead and let him get the check real quick, um, top five, he would have got, you know what I'm saying, 30, 40 million, 10 million a year for no reason. He was just gonna spend it on Bentleys and Bugattis and things like that. So he needs to be humble, because you ain't, like you said, you already ain't had to really work for nothing. Nigga, your dad is Deion Primetime Sanders. So you done had it good. Like most people.
He's been your coach your whole football career.
Question is
So
this: would we even know who he is if his dad wasn't Deion Sanders?
I don't know, man. That's a
So
great question. That's and see, and I don't think anyone has asked. That's a great way to say it. That's perfect. That's perfect because that's the truth. Take his name off his jersey. Just evaluate him as a player and be honest with yourself. That's what Bro's problem is. Bro was upset that the Vikings didn't grab him, and
hell
he's
no.
like he's the best player available. You should have grabbed him. And I'm like, bro, he's not better than J.J. McCarthy. And if he's not better than J.J. McCarthy, there's no reason why we would ever draft him.
We don't want that type of noise in our back in our for our backups to be like, okay, JJ had one or two bad games, and we trying to depend on him to be the next one up. We don't need no young person with that type of vibes. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going in Minnesota. You know that's gonna happen. They going, hey man, why no Shador? JJ didn't play good. What about Shador? So you know what I'm saying,
Exactly
that might have been
that.
half of it.
Like I said, if you really do the film on him, bro, he's gonna be lucky to be a backup.
Kind of in the Bronny James situation. No disrespect, but Bronny's good. But like you got to work for it. We got to see it translate.
Exactly.
You feel
That's
me?
a perfect example of it. Y'all don't have the natural God given abilities that your fathers had. Bronny James, you're not 6'8", 260.
Right.
Shador, you don't run nowhere near 4.43 or 4.2 for that matter. Let alone, I mean, they said he probably runs in the 4.6s, bro.
Yeah.
Like I think he does, and that's another thing. It's like, and in his durability, he's not a big dude.
You're right. So if he get hit
The
a lot, you like
NFL,
how long he gonna last?
the NFL, these cats is bigger and faster. So you're not going against the whatever conference players you was going against in that weird conference they got now.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I will see, man. But I just in Cleveland, I see he's gonna get a chance just because of who they have. He might get an opportunity to win it out in camp, but I just don't. I don't even see him winning it out in camp, man. I think Flacco's gonna end up winning that job.
Oh, that's why they got Flacco there, because they already know both of them dudes ain't ready. So it's
And
like,
Gabe, he gotta beat out Gabriel. They
yeah,
drafted him in the third round.
and they both
They
ain't
had
ready. So
they had him for dinner the night before the draft or something. They said so.
yeah,
It and he got a couple. Third round picks get a couple dollars. So
he
it's
eating.
we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, so we gonna get down to the TBQs, the throwback bench questions. You know what I'm saying? So, in high school, we want to know, man. In high school, what was your best high school game you ever played, and how many points did you have?
So high school basketball, didn't really get in the game. So I ain't gonna sit here. I was a bench mob for real.
Okay.
I had splinters in my rear end, and then when I did get in, it was bench mob minutes. So it was like 30 seconds a game. Get a rebound. I think I got a rebound or two in a game, and then dribble the clock out. But football, my best game was probably against Como, and I had 4 touchdown passes and threw for I think almost 300. It was like 290 something. and we won the game. And I had a chick that I was talking to at Como that came to the game that game, so I had to put on a show for her in front of her and beat her team down. Have her talk about that with her classmates.
Was
So
you
yeah, that was my probably my best game.
you
And
was a Shador? Was you a Shador Sanders? Was your
I
game
was I was
translatable?
I was more like a Aaron Brooks.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if too many people remember him, but he used
Yeah.
to play for the
Saints.
Saints.
Yeah.
And I had that kind of little wiry frame, and my arm was real strong. And sometimes I do too much. I threw a pick that game too. I should have had a perfect QBR, but I threw a pick trying to do too much. I was rolling out of bounds and should have just threw it away. But I tried to sling it in there and threw a pick. So
Oh man.
yeah,
Okay, so man, I'm gonna be honest. I was part of the bench mob. I can't sit here and act like I wasn't, right? But I was okay. So man, I made it to the bench mob because I went to coach. Man, I seen him. You know what I'm saying? We was trying out for the team, man, and I could already see, man. I could just see the little twinkle in his damn eyes, like how he was looking at certain players. So, so I'm like, okay, cool. I makes the team. We do the tryouts. I make the team, but I see his twinkle in his eyes. So I'm like, damn, man. I don't feel like he giving me like the go, right? So I say, man, I'm gonna go up in the. I told coach, man, I need to holler at you real quick. So it was after like a practice. I pulls up on coach, take him to the back, and chop it up with him. I'm like, coach, man, you ain't giving me the damn green light. Give me the green light, man. I can score whenever I want to, right? So, um, the next day, the JV coach come to me. He like, man, I'm gonna keep it honest with you, man. I talked to the coach, man. I ain't even tell him this, but he just came to me as a black dude. He was like, man, I talked to the coach, man. It ain't looking good for you, man. He said, man, I don't know why you went to go talk to him, man. He said, now he got a vendetta with you. He ain't never gonna give you no clock. So I sit there one day. I sit there. I'm like, all right, don't even trip. You know what I'm saying? So it so happened to be the game against North. So he plays against North. This one I'm on Southwest. We play against North. Man, we getting beat by like 12, 10, 12 points, man. He ain't got nothing else to go to. He done try to throw all his lineups in, man. So the game, we like third quarter, it's getting out of hand. He's just like, oh, damn. He looked down. Broadway, get in. Throws me in, man. And, man, in like 3 minutes, like really like a 2 to 3 minute, nah, I'd probably say like a minute and 30 seconds, man, I probably scored 15 points. All threes. You know what I'm saying? And then he tried to start me the next game after that. You know what I'm saying? Because he seen I was hitting. I brought us back. We got back. We still lost the game, but you know what I'm saying? I brought us back. So now he tried to write a little article. Yeah, man, I always knew Broadway had it, man. You know what I'm saying? He started me the next game. And then in the middle of halftime, I quit that damn team. Like, yo, you got me bit. You know, I got up out of there. But yeah, man, that was my best game. I quit. You know what I'm saying? After the second game.
oh man, now, that's a story to tell right there. That's crazy.
Yeah,
You got hit and then walked off the court like this is what I've been telling you I could do, punk.
yeah. Um, okay, so, man, man, I also wanted to ask you. You know what I'm saying? Since we speaking on hooping, you know what I'm saying? If you was a created NBA 2K player, man, I just want to know at your peak of your playing days, what would your overall rating be, and what would your specialty skill be?
Right? So at my peak, if I'm keeping it a bean, I'd probably be about a 78, 79 role player coming off the bench, and I'd be like a Tony Allen type. Like my defensive prowess would be real high, and I'd be a second or third team defensive NBA all NBA type of player. But that would have been my attribute, just lockdown defender.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, man. If I made it, man, at my peak, my overall average probably would have been a 75, man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have had all the tangibles. Like, I got a little bit of defense. I got a little bit of everything, but I just ain't got one little thing I'm good at. But I feel like I'm like Bobby Portis. I bring that extra little energy when I jump get in the game. So you know what I'm saying. I could possibly hit a couple spot up shots, hack a few niggas if I got to. You know what I'm saying. Get everybody hyped because I hacked them. Get a technical foul. Get kicked out the game. Type of shit like that. You know what I'm saying. That's me right there. I'm like Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying. So
Get
yeah, the dog on the squad. Okay, so we is speaking about playoffs, and we just want to know, man. Uh, since championships are won from role players, man, I want to know, man, who's your favorite playoff role player of all time?
oh man, all time, it gotta be Big Shot Bob, man. Big Shot Bob. He came on the radar with the Rockets, and that was when he was a young Thundercat. He catch you slipping and bang on you, but he always had a stroke.
You talking about Hooray?
Robert
Yeah.
Horry,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Robert Horry, Big
True.
Shot Bob, man.
Yeah.
He's always had. He's just a clutch player.
Man, you right. I can agree. That ain't my favorite all time role player, but I agree. Like, and he got multiple different championships, so he did it from different at different times. You know what I'm saying? In different atmospheres.
Five of them things.
Yeah, most people they only can do that. Oh man, he played with this team and that's all he can do. He only did it with the Bulls. He ain't do it with nobody else. So shout out to Robert Ory for that, man. Um,
Facts, man.
I'm gonna be honest, man. My all time guy gotta be Steve, man. It got to be Steve, man. Steve went over and did it just like Ori. He did it in different little spots, man. And when you needed to count on him, he ain't do a lot. But when you needed to count on him on that last shot, or like I said, to get gritty, hack a few niggas, do something like that, he gonna do it. Play some little defense. You know what I'm saying? Steve is gonna do his part, and a lot of championships was won because he did his part. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Steve. You know.
Occur?
Yes, sir.
I was hoping so, man. I thought you was hoping you wasn't talking about Steven Jackson.
Oh man, Steven Jackson don't even make no list for me, man. Shout out to Steven Jackson, but he, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't really quite on that list for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I talk about hoopers, Steven Jackson don't come up. I'm sorry, but he is. He was.
Not in,
He was a hooper, but
not
huh?
he definitely. I said not in all time in the all time realm.
Yeah, like
He definitely was a good role player, and he a good teammate because the way he went in the crowd after his man's and
Malice.
got the bing at the boys, bing, bing, bing.
Yeah. Um, Ron Artest was looking real. I don't even know, like, cause he was already defeated because the way he got gorilla muffed by Ben Wallace, it was over with. Like he grabbed him by the palm of his head and just threw him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want that smoke, so he just went to go lay on that little desk and somebody threw something and it was over with. You know what I'm saying?
Lovely man. He said he. I mean, it is what it is. In retrospect, I'm sure he wouldn't have did it, but it's already done.
What's done in the dark always got to come to the light, man. So
Hey, on a side note, did you see Reggie Miller on Up in Smoke or whatever that podcast is they got with Matt Barnes and Steven Jack?
no, I ain't see it. What I might have. I don't know. I be seeing clips every now. What's going on though? What happened?
He was on there crying like a mug, man.
Man, you got to give Reggie his just due just for like you know what I'm saying. Oh, was that when did he say okay? Because I seen something about him saying something. He always still have nightmares sometimes about Jordan because he said he always felt like he could have won. You know what I'm saying? He said he still be having nightmares because they like that was the only thing that stopped him was Jordan. You know what I mean?
Crying about because Steven Jackson said, because that melee that messed up that whole team. Like half
Yeah,
of them niggas got suspended for the whole. I know Ryan got suspended, I think, for the whole year. Steven Jack probably got suspended for like 60 games, 50 games. So, I think Jermaine O'Neal. So it messed up their chance of actually trying to win a championship, and that was the whole reason that they was all over there. And so Steven said he wanted to apologize to him, and that's when he got to tearing up, talking about y'all ain't gotta apologize to me. I was like, oh man, Reggie, he got you crying, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean Reggie, I didn't know Reggie was signed to Jordan Brand.
Was he?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Remember he used to wear Jordans towards the end. He used to wear J's. They just was like they looked at like
That was
team
team.
J's or
Oh, okay. That was the team. That was the Mexican. That was the retro. The Migosito sixes. Saces. Retro
Nah,
Saces.
he had a couple joints that was like J Bones, but he just had them make sure they put like Reggie on there or something. He said, but yeah, you gotta look at the video. I mean the pod. Pod. It was actually a good pod interview. I like
Yeah.
the ones they've been doing with Vernon Maxwell too, man. That nigga's a fool.
Uncle Vernon is hilarious, man. He should think about comedy, man, because his life.
He's definitely gonna he's doing some stuff. People been. He said he just was on there talking about he gonna be doing some more stuff because he is hilarious.
Yeah, and I don't think he even be trying. You know what I'm saying?
He's not, man. That's just him. He like one of my old uncles, man. He motherfucking mother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything's just them niggas was just off the chain back then, man. Them niggas used to get drunk and high and still go out there and drop 30 because niggas was whack.
That sounds like how Lou Will. I know you heard the Lou Will story, right?
Yeah,
He
yep.
said he was drunk. He said he went out one night and got drunk, and then when they was playing for the Clippers, and then the game started. I mean, then he had the game. He said he thought he was gonna like basically be sober. He said he stayed out all the way to like till the bar closed because there was some bad chicks that came. So he said he didn't get to the hotel till like 5 in the morning. He said so he tried to go to sleep and he thought it was gonna be good. He said he got subbed in the game. He said before he said he's shooting around in the layup line. He said he could feel he was still drunk. He said, man, he thought he could like get it off himself for 8 minutes. He said, man, he couldn't get it off. So he said, in the game, he was broke missing. And he said, man, he said, Doc gonna be pissed at me. So he said, man, I'm about to just tell Doc I'm drunk and hopefully it just take me out the game. He said he go tell Doc, man, I'm drunk, take me out the game. And he said, Doc said, man, I ain't subbing you out, man. I'm gonna need you for the next the second half. He said so he ain't sub him out, and he basically had to stay in the game, and he dropped 25 in the fourth quarter. He was killing.
Eventually got his mind right. I
Yeah,
mean, at the end of the day, these punks, a lot of them is just God given ability, and they've been working hard. So yeah, the average person might not be able to do that goofy stuff, but clearly they can.
facts. Well, hey man, that's all we got for the Bench Mind podcast, man. Hey man, it's your boy Broadway Beats. Like I said, I got your boy with me, Neef,
Yes,
aka
sir. Yes,
Mr. Perp, Purple
gotta
Everything.
know.
Hey man, hit that
Scope,
like button,
scope.
hit that comments, share, subscribe, and we out.
Peace.